She is the Catfish Queen.
This has got to be the most highly requested episode of Catfish that I have yet to cover, and I'm finally bringing y'all the messiest and what I think is one of the most disgusting episodes that has ever been aired of Catfish, okay? This is season 8, episode 21 or 22, depending on your streaming platform, of Jeanette, Kiara, and Patrick. This is a COVID episode where we start off with Neve and Kamie working from home. We start off with an email from Jeanette, who is a 28-year-old woman from Long Island, New York. A couple of months ago, her cousin Kiara introduced her to a guy named Patrick, who Jeanette says is smart, handsome, and has a great job working for the FBI.
No.
I know. Be so fucking for real. Jeanette, please be so for real. They started texting, but Patrick, the FBI guy, claims that his phone was always broken, which makes absolutely no sense. It's also important to note that Patrick's cousin Gabby is Kiara's in real life girlfriend, okay? So that's the connection. Jeanette got to thinking real hard and she said, you know what? I think this man is a catfish.
I don't want to call y'all stupid, but that's what it's giving.
And so now she's reaching out to the show because she wants to know the truth about who Patrick and Gabby really are, because Kiara has stupidly, very, very stupidly, if I do say so myself, forgiven Gabby and taken her back because they are in love.
You stupid.
If I even suspect you of being in some mess, I'm gonna fall out of love real quick. Real quick. I just have to say, Kamie, I just think she's a beautiful woman. I think she looks good all the time, but I think she looks extra good with her curls. It just gives a little bit of oomph. I just love it. She's so beautiful. But they add Jeanette to the Zoom call, and Jeanette says that she only met Gabby a couple of months ago. That's when Kiara and Gabby went to meet Jeanette to go out for lunch. And Gabby kept insisting that her and Kiara would hook their cousins up, and she would not drop the subject until Jeanette agreed, which to me is already extremely sus, because if I don't seem like I'm interested, let it go. I don't believe in keeping it in the family. That's some nasty stuff. Kiara supported them linking because we find out that Kiara herself had been talking to Patrick for quite some time because her and Gabby's relationship was getting quite serious and they wanted their families to get to know one another, hence why Gabby met Jeanette in the first place. Jeanette says that she was really impressed by the fact that Patrick worked for the FBI, and I just feel like me and old girl are built differently because this would immediately make me stop talking to someone. It would give me the quickest ick and I would immediately just act like they never existed. Because why would I want to be with a Fed? Ew. The Feds watching this are like putting me down on lists. Her and Patrick never talked on the phone, they've never video chatted, and Kamie points out that if you work for the FBI, you need to have a fully functional phone. I feel like for most jobs nowadays, you need to have a fully functional phone. But that's neither here nor there at this point. Kiara was having trust issues with Gabby, so she did some digging, snooping in Gabby's phone, which ended up in Kiara telling Jeanette that Patrick is a catfish because Gabby had so many pictures of Patrick, including all the pictures that were on Patrick's Instagram, saved in her phone.
I'm sorry, what?
So it was like, what the fuck is up, Kyle? What's happening right now? So Jeanette then did some digging on her own and she found the real guy in the pictures. This forced Gabby to kind of sorta come clean, but she says that the catfish is not her, she's just covering for some guy, which sounds like the biggest load of bullshit I have ever heard, and it's also very confusing because if you are dating Kiara, why did you go out of your way to pursue a romantic relationship with her cousin?
Quickly.
I mean, let me ask the audience.
Jeanette says that she knows that Gabby is a big liar and she is just here to prove to her cousin that Gabby is a big liar and a manipulator, so Kiara will just move on. We then find out that this is a pretty monumental romantic relationship for Kiara, as it's the first girl that she's ever really brought around her family and accepted. Like, her mom really loved Gabby. So Jeanette is just trying to do the right thing by looking out for her cousin, and I really respect that. So Neve and Kamie, of course, agree to help, and they hop off the call, and Neve, in true Neve fashion, makes a horrible pun before they get to investigating.
We know she has the gift of Gabby.
Jeanette sends them the phone numbers and the Instagram she has for both Patrick and Gabby, and she has quite a lot of information, which is real good because that's how you know the investigation is about to be real juicy, okay?
Period, Pooh, this is good to me.
Honestly, if you don't know what's coming, buckle up, bitch, buckle up. So they start by taking a look at Patrick's fake Instagram, which to me is completely unnecessary because we already know who the real person is, so it's like, what's the point? But the page is clearly still active, which is very confusing, and some girly pop left a comment talking about, I miss you. Ho, who is you?
Lord have mercy.
They decide to just send her a message asking her to reach out. So they then decide to message the real guy from the pictures, again, just asking him to reach out. We then search Patrick's phone number and it's clearly a fake number, which shocks Nobody. We then try and take a peek at Gabby's Instagram, but it's private, which is very interesting to me. So they search her full name on Google and they find a chat forum type thing. So from this forum, we find a Tumblr thread that is literally pages and pages and pages and pages about people's experiences being catfished by Gabby.
Just recap that for me. Recap it.
She has quite literally catfished hundreds of people from New York, and I feel like it's crazy work to get caught catfishing. People make a whole Tumblr page about you catfishing, and you keep doing it. Like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? For serious, what's wrong with you? So Neve then gets a call from Sarah, the girly pop who commented, "I miss you" on Patrick's page. She says that her and Patrick have been close friends and they've been talking for about 4 years. She said she's talked to him, her husband's talked to him on the phone. Okay, couple things. First of all, girl, why are you lying? Why are you lying?
Damn.
We're just friends. If he's just a friend, then why are you leaving a thirsty comment on his post and not leaving a DM on Instagram? Or if you've talked on the phone, sending a text. I don't know, something's not clicking, something's not right about this. My spidey senses are tingling. Neve then asks her to join the Zoom and she hops right in. She says that their friendship started by messaging him one day to thank him for his service because he claimed he was a military man, which Gabby, why? I feel like it's crazy work to do all this to catfish, but to lie about being in the military? I don't know, those military people don't play. They gets down. So I would never want to be caught lying about being in the service. I would never do that.
Oh, you nasty.
She claims that their friendship just blossomed from there, which I'm like, why? It's weird to me to be messaging random men on the internet. Thank you for your service. It sounds like you want to gobble on some schlong, but maybe that's just my opinion on that. She then drops the bomb that she has not only spoken with Patrick, but she has also spoken with his girlfriend Desta and his cousin Gabby.
Oh, Lord.
She says that Patrick has a thick Hungarian accent, just like Gabby. Neve then decides to just break the whole situation down to Sarah and her husband, and they're both in shock, and Sarah says that she just feels stupid.
Oh my God, I feel so silly.
Because she never once questioned who Patrick was, and yeah, I do feel like that's stupid. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, it's not stupid, that's stupid.
How you calling me? I'm right.
But this episode isn't about her. We then search the phone number that Sarah has for Patrick and it comes back linked to Gabby, which again, not shocking. But they hop off the call and Kamie sums up how we are all feeling.
Wow. Very weird.
They go back to the Tumblr and they start by contacting someone named Brittany, who had posted quite a lot on there. She is somewhat shocked to hear from Neve and she immediately asks if this is about Gabby, which is not a good sign because you know that's how Gabby did some fuckery to this girl. So Brittany then hops on the Zoom and she tells us that her best friend Miranda and Gabby worked together, they moved in together, and then they became roommates.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were roommates.
Gabby was apparently very possessive and obsessive, and she would manipulate Miranda into always staying home and essentially isolating. Miranda was not gay, also keep this in mind, but Gabby is very gay, okay? Not long after they moved in together and all this shenanigans began, Miranda started dating Chris, who was introduced to her by Gabby. Chris is Patrick, okay? Same person. They're all Gabby, but Chris could never meet up because he was a CIA agent. So essentially the same song and dance that Gabby was using with Jeanette. So Brittany then confirms that Gabby also has a thick Hungarian accent, and the only time Miranda spoke to Chris, the person also had a thick Hungarian accent. So Brittany then tells them that they should talk to somebody named Sam, who was also dating Chris. I almost threw up in my mouth. Child, at this point I am sick and tired of Gabby's shit, and we're not even halfway through this fucking episode. I am sick and tired. So Sam then hops in the Zoom and we already know that this is about to be a hot mess. Because why is this now the third person that we've spoken to who has been catfished by Gabby, aside, well, the fourth technically if we're talking that first lady and her husband, aside from Jeanette and Kiara.
The pressure is getting worse.
Electric chair.
This is crazy work. But also sidebar, seeing all of the different people Gabby has catfished is so interesting to me because she has no type whatsoever. It seems like she's just going after any and everyone, and with no real clear purpose. Like it's not clear what she's gaining from any of these situations so far, like across the board consistently.
What was the reason?
So in 2014, Sam and Christian Wagner met and they would send pictures back and forth and they would sext.
We had some drinks and it would get a little racy.
Gabby, you're sick. So Chris would always say that he couldn't meet up, but his friend Gabby could meet up. But thank God Sam never met up with Gabby. She wasn't interested in that. Sam then says that she wanted a picture of Chris Wagner holding a card with her name on it to prove that he wasn't fake, which he did in fact send. But I feel like at this point, we now know that those pictures can be easily photoshopped. They can be easily faked. So I have no doubt in my mind that that's what happened here. So Sam then linked with Miranda online, found out what was going on, and cut Chris off.
Thank God.
But then a month later, it happened again because Gabby catfished her once again using someone else's pictures. This time Sam was already on guard, so she requested a video of the guy saying her name, and to our shock and horror, she actually received one.
Everybody's so creative.
Gabby, you are a psychopath. What are you, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? In the most disrespectful way, what are you doing? So at this point, Sam, of course, believed everything because why wouldn't she? But she didn't stop researching. So she kept researching in the back while talking to this new dude. And she found the real guy in the pictures and she talked to him. And he says that he has never spoken to her and that he sent that video because he thought he was auditioning for a movie. And that was the line that the girl said that he needed to say. And the girl who said that he needed to say that was Gabby's stank ass.
You are a gutter snipe rodent.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. I feel like y'all love requesting these episodes because I just get so mad. I have 8 pages of notes. We're only on page 3 and I'm about to lose it already. So when Sam confronted Gabby, she of course just deleted everything and obviously made new profiles because she never stopped doing this. To this point, I was gonna look at my watch. My watch isn't on. To this point, I have no idea if this girl has stopped doing it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she is still catfishing. So they hop off the call and our poor girl Kamie is just exhausted, and honestly, me too, girl, and I wasn't even filming this episode with y'all. She says that Gabby,
She is the catfish queen.
and unfortunately, I think she might be right. We then get a clip of Neve running, trying to be motivational, and it's like, sir,
Be fucking for real.
sir, get back to the mess. We're not here to see you sweaty and shirtless, trying to motivate us, talk about how great New York is.
To be quite frank with you, I'm not trying to be disrespectful whatsoever. I don't care.
Get back to Gabby. Get on your Zoom. So we thankfully then get right back to it, and both Jeanette and Kiara join the Zoom. Kiara starts talking about how her and Gabby met and a little bit more about their relationship. And honestly, her talking about it made me feel really bad because you could tell she really truly did love Gabby. And for whatever reason, Gabby just kept doing this fuckery even though she had somebody in front of her who truly loved her and seemed like she would be willing to do anything for her. Like definitely a ride or die type of vibe. But hopefully Neve and Kamie can talk some sense into her. Okay, but anyways, her and Gabby met on a dating app, and Kiara says that she was blown away that Gabby was real because the way that she was, and she just thought she was so beautiful, and it just seemed like she was out of a dream. She says that their relationship moved very quickly and they were just inseparable from the very first time that they met, and things became super serious super fast, which I think is a big red flag. I understand if things feel good, you know, I'm never gonna tell somebody don't pursue love if you think that it's love, but if things are getting serious super fast, it's usually not a good sign. I also feel like maybe I'm not one to talk because I've said this in other videos, I'm a Delulu lover girl, but also like I think I have sense when it comes to things like that. So I think Kiara just needed a little bit more sense, but at the same time, she's a victim here. So she said that shit really hit the fan when Gabby's birthday came around and Kiara went to the birthday party, excited to meet all of the friends, see the people who are really in Gabby's life like that for real. And none of Gabby's friends knew that Kiara was her girlfriend.
And this whole time I thought they knew, and I was just like, what the hell?
Ew.
We're breaking up. We're breaking up because there's no reason that the people closest to you don't know about me. But this is what prompted her to look through Gabby's phone. And I just personally feel like if you ever feel the need to look through your partner's phone, just leave the relationship. Just leave the relationship, because there's a big difference between just wanting to look, just to innocently like scroll through and see what they got going on. In my mind, there's a difference between that and feeling like they're hiding something that you need to get to the bottom of, okay? Those are two distinctly different gut feelings, at least for me. So I feel like if the trust is already gone, there's no need to torture yourself anymore, just leave. But also, I feel like in most situations, my advice to you is going to be just leave. I think it's better to be single and happy than to be in a relationship and suffering. But then Kiara says that she is hoping that Gabby will have some sort of explanation for everything that's gone on because she wants to get back with her. Miss Girl.
It just wasn't gonna work, babe.
Nothing could explain this away. Nothing. So Neve and Kamie then get to explaining everything they found out in their investigation, and Kiara is clearly just heartbroken to find all of this out, and she looks like she's just trying to stop herself from crying the entire time, which really and honestly breaks my heart. Jeanette says that she has to hand it to Gabby.
The bitch is kind of smart,
but on a crazy level.
Yeah, I'd say you're smart, but you're using your smarts for all the wrong things. Like, this did not gain you anything. You just now have a terrible online footprint. Imagine an employer Googles her name and it comes across this thread. I'm not hiring you. That's crazy. Get away from me. Ew. Kamie makes it so expeditiously clear that Gabby isn't at all who she claims to be, and Neve says that everything Gabby has said is all bullshit, trying to get Kiara to wake up before Gabby gets in the call. Kiara then says that she told Gabby that
all I wanted was honesty,
and I think it's absolutely disgusting that Gabby heard that and then insisted on continuing to lie about everything and continue to catfish people while in a relationship with her. So you are also cheating, and you're like cheating on her with her cousin as a catfish. Like, you're fucked, buddy. You're fucked in the head. Kiara then breaks down. She walks off camera, which is totally understandable because I would never expect anybody I know to do this, let alone someone who I think I'm in a committed but romantic relationship with. Kiara then comes back on screen, and then Johnny, the real guy from the pictures, hops in the Zoom, and he makes it clear that he has no involvement in this. He had no idea any of this was really going on. Quickly hops out. So Kiara then says that she just wants Gabby to get some help, and she also wants to hear what Gabby has to say, which I think is crazy, because if someone told me, yeah, the person you're in a relationship with is a manipulative liar and gives me all of the receipts I need, I feel like we wouldn't have anything to talk about. I would just want to remove you from my life as quickly as possible. Kiara then sends Gabby a Zoom link and basically says it's time to fess up, okay? Stop the bullshit. After some stalling, Gabby hops in the Zoom. So Neve gives Gabby a little rundown without exposing too much and just gives her an opportunity to be honest. Like, we're giving you a chance to come clean. And instead, this nasty lady is like, oh, well, I'll just answer your questions.
Bitch, go to hell.
To me, this is exceptionally sick because she's trying to see what they know and what they have proof of so that she doesn't confess to doing too much. She doesn't confess to things that they don't know about, okay? Like, even when she's being confronted, she's still being manipulative, and I hate that. So Gabby then says that she was talking to Jeanette as Patrick because Jeanette thought that it was a problem that Gabby wasn't fully out of the closet, and Patrick was a form of validation for Kiara.
What do you mean?
Girl, what? Let me just, okay. So you're trying to say that you had a romantic relationship with your girlfriend's cousin to benefit your girlfriend.
I was very close to going into and I'm gonna say it.
That's what we're supposed to believe?
Trash.
Do I have stupid written across my forehead? So Kamie clocks exactly what I just said before Neve jumps on her ass too. He's like, girl, no. You did this. You didn't stumble into this. You did this. You planned this, you orchestrated all of this. It's not like it just happened. You did this, and you've been doing this. So Gabby then looks somberly at the ground while there's supposed to be tears falling from her eyes. I'd imagine, I don't see any though. And she says that she shouldn't have done it. And Jeanette calls bullshit, and then all of a sudden, Gabby's tears are dried up, and the somber look has vanished. Would you look at that? If you can hear that, my dog is just dreaming. Okay, so just ignore the heavy puppy breaths. Y'all have been asking to see a picture of him. This is him. This is Cheeseburger, my little pup. But Kamie then asks if Gabby has ever done this before, and Gabby says yes.
I just talked to a girl once before.
Behind a fake profile. Girl, why are you still lying? Why are you still lying, okay? Like, this is actually blowing my mind in the worst possible way. Like, you are disgusting. Because again, she is only just trying to come clean about the things that she believes that they already know when she should have just come into this situation wanting to be 100% honest. But I don't even know if that's something that this girl is capable of. And even if she was capable of it, I don't know if it's something she would ever want to do. Like, why is she acting like we are not aware of all of the stuff that's been said about her online? So Neve then goes off on old girl once again.
I'm gonna give you one more chance, even though you definitely don't deserve it, to drop the act.
And gives her yet another chance to be honest, even though she definitely doesn't deserve it. He then says that he doesn't even know why Kiara is giving Gabby another chance to talk to her, and shit, Neve. We don't know either. It doesn't make any sense. Because at this point, I would have been done. As soon as they told me this stuff from the investigation, I would have been like, yeah, it's cool. You guys confront her. I'm out of here. I don't want to talk to this bitch. So Gabby then tries to play dumb, and honestly, I wish I could just smack her through the screen. So Kamie then tells her, girl, we have
receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
So it's in your best interest to come clean. Gabby then says that she knows Sarah, but she doesn't know the other people.
You see what I mean? She's a fucking worst.
And her and Sarah just talked as friends and mutually poured out their problems. Kamie clocks her shit and says, girly pop, they weren't your problems because you were pretending to be somebody who you're not. You were talking to her as Patrick. Kamie then says, we know that you have had other romantic relationships posing as Patrick, and Gabby once again plays innocent and dumb, which I think is a foolish decision. But if there's one thing that this episode has shown us, it's that Gabby doesn't give a fuck about that. Because I know if I'm on Catfish and they're asking me open-ended questions, they have all the answers to the questions. They just want to see if I'm going to be honest or not. So Neve then secretly sends a Zoom link to Sam and Brittany as Gabby is going on and on about how she'll admit to something she's done, but she can't admit to something she knows nothing about. Bitch, you've been got and you're about to be gooped and gagged as well because they're bringing in the reinforcements.
Dumb fucking idiot.
Samantha and Brittany join, and Brittany's face lets you know that this girl is not playing around, okay? She didn't come here to play, she came here to slay. Gabby says that she doesn't know either of them, and at this point, cut the cameras. Just cut the cameras, because this girl has shown us time and time again that she will continue to play in our faces. So let's just end it right here. Let's end it right here, right now. Let Gabby go back into the hole that she crawled out of. So Sam and Brittany then just go off on her, and they tell her that she just needs to own up to all of this so she can finally move on with her life. Because what a miserable life it is to only make connections through catfishing. Gabby says that she doesn't know Brittany, so Brittany honestly and truly eats her all the way up. She says that they've met in person face to face multiple times, and Gabby had an attitude and then made it her life's mission to make her best friend hate her. Girl, please don't act like you don't know Miranda. We know that you know Miranda. You lived with her.
I don't like people.
So Gabby keeps saying that she doesn't know them, and I'm just so confused why she keeps denying this. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's making you look way worse, girl.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
So Kamie gives her one more opportunity, and then she finally admits that she knows Miranda, but she doesn't know Brittany or Sam. And it's like, girl,
what's all this bullshit and shenanigans?
Why are you insisting on lying about the little things that we know to be true that also do not matter? It's very much giving Clinton Kane, and it's pissing me off. We weren't at the dinner for 4 hours. We were there for 1 hour.
Wow.
I didn't get arrested on the way. I got arrested on the way back. Are you stupid? We don't care. We don't care. But Brittany and Sam then hop off, and all of a sudden, Gabby has a voice.
Not everything she's saying is true. That's the problem.
Kamie clocks her and says, oh, really?
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Be so for real. Be so for real. I'm so sick and tired of you. Be for real. So Neve then urges her once again to be honest, and Gabby says that she remembers Brittany, and she thinks that she's the one who made the threat about Gabby being a catfish.
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
At this point, I think ripping off every single body hair one by one would be more tolerable than continuing to listen to Gabby lie unnecessarily when we already know the truth. Oh, I hate a liar, but I hate a stupid liar even more. Kamie says, that's not true. That is not true. She's not the one who did that. And Gabby says it's really easy for people to attack her.
Or get their friend to attack me or anything.
For no reason.
This girl is delusional.
Girl, with the utmost disrespect I can muster in my 5'1" body, be so for real or shut the fuck up and stop wasting our time.
Damn!
Kamie says, girl, why would they collectively lie about you? They don't know each other. And Gabby says they know each other somehow. Kamie says, wrong, incorrect. Gabby then says that Miranda was the only one she catfished and she doesn't know any of these people. Kamie is not buying it, and honestly, neither are we. Sam then sends a message with all of the different numbers Gabby used when catfishing her. So Neve then quickly runs the phone numbers while Gabby continues to lie, which is not shocking, but is extremely frustrating. Neve then says that one of the numbers is still registered to Gabby, and Gabby confirms that it was her phone number. So Neve is like, oh, okay, so what about that?
What about that?
What about that? Gabby is speechless for a moment and then continues to lie. It's like she lies more than she breathes, and that's a crazy, scary thought. Kiara says that she wants the truth, but the girl has shown us over and over that she is not capable of telling the truth. That is like expecting a fish to be afraid of water. It's just not going to happen. Sam then sends all of her receipts and they're truly endless, which is very scary. But Gabby keeps lying and Neve cuts her off in the funniest and pettiest way.
Cheat for
So
Sam.
look, okay, look, I'm done with this.
And for that, he will remain our petty king, okay? Because I love that. So Neve then says that he's done with this because Gabby doesn't want to be helped, and Jeanette hops off after saying that Kiara can do way better and she shouldn't even talk to Gabby anymore, which, period. Let this be the last time ever. Kamie then says that they're here to help Gabby, and Gabby tries to interrupt her, and Kamie shuts that down.
Sitting here and lying and everything.
Like, she is truly having none of the mess, and thank God, because I'm exhausted every time Gabby's non-existent lips get to moving.
Girl.
It's just like, lie, lie, just be quiet. Be quiet. So Neve says that he's done with this, and Gabby needs to drop the act and say something real before they take a break. So during this break, Neve and Kamie FaceTime each other, and this little girl, Gabby, has got Neve so stressed out, he's pacing and he's sweating. But they get back on the Zoom, and Neve says that he's not gonna talk while Kamie takes a different approach, and they hop back on the call. Neve gives some half-assed apology, and then Kamie takes over, and Kamie's approach is basically just to coddle Gabby into being honest. Gabby says that she wants to clear things up.
Tomato.
She says that she was behind the Patrick and the Chris profile, and she admits that she has done this to some other people before. And it's her still trying to minimize what she did for me. She says that she wasn't comfortable in herself, so that's why she did it. Girl, am I supposed to care? Are we supposed to care? You had this intricate catfish web because you're not comfortable with yourself?
That's suspicious.
Why would you not just take that time, that energy, that effort into getting comfortable with yourself?
Quickly.
You're too grown for this. Gabby then says that she's no longer denying anything, and Neva's like, girl, why didn't you say that a second ago?
You picked the right time to flaunt your foolishness in front of all of my friends, fans, family, and folks at home.
Like, I know obviously this is a condensed, edited version of everything that happened, so I can't imagine how long they were actually on the screen with her, actually going through this conversation. Like, I'm surprised both Neve and Kamie didn't quit after this episode. Gabby then says that it's hard back home to live up to family standards and expectations of getting married, settling down, have a family. Meanwhile, she's gay this whole time. She essentially says that her shame made her do this, and she claims that she likes to be there for people who need somebody because she never really had friends, which I could say makes sense if she wasn't catfishing people romantically, including her girlfriend's cousin.
Make it make sense.
Kamie then gives Gabby some really sound advice and says that Gabby is just lacking a sense of community and she needs to find people who understand her and essentially create her own family. Neve then tells Kiara that she needs to make sure that she isn't putting herself in a position to get hurt again, basically telling her, like, in the nicest possible way, leave Gabby alone. Leave her alone. But Kiara says that Gabby needs help and she needs someone to be honest with. That obviously isn't Kiara because she lied to Kiara this whole time. And she says that she's seen enough and makes it clear that she can't be a part of Gabby's life anymore, then tells her to get some help. And I love that for her because I was really scared that she was just going to keep her connection with Gabby when it's clear there's no connection to be had because Gabby does not even have a genuine connection with herself. Neve then tells Gabby that the ball is in her court and they hop off the call, thank God. But after the call, Kamie summarizes this so well.
Didn't I say we were in hell? You thought it was a joke.
In our 1 month follow-up, we find out that Kiara has moved on without Gabby, which thank God for that. And Gabby refused to participate in a follow-up conversation and just insisted on saying that she is putting the past behind her.
Why don't you stop being a selfish piece of crap?
I think that this is one of the few episodes where I feel like they really did go hard enough on the catfish. They really didn't let up. And even towards the end, when they were just getting her to talk, they were still holding her accountable. I think Gabby is sick. I think she's sick and twisted. Her explanations when she did finally decide to give them still did not make sense to me, because you being like, oh, well, I just wanted to be there for people. That's why you pursued a romantic relationship with your girlfriend's cousin. Why the fuck you lying? It's not making sense. It's truly giving psychotic behavior. Like, I truly believe that she's still doing this. And I hate that she came on and she just insisted on being dishonest, because I really feel, but maybe it was for the best, because I really do feel like if she was honest, then Kiara probably would have forgiven her and they might have been together, when Kiara deserves so much better, like so much better. Emotionally, she is so far out of Gabby's league. Like, she needs somebody who's sitting on the same level of emotional intelligence as her. I'm not even going to talk about the looks because it's very evident that Kiara is much more attractive than Gabby. That goes without saying. In my opinion, this episode pissed me off. So for my anger, the least you could do is like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you're aware of every single time that I upload. If there's another episode you'd like to see me cover or another show you'd like to see me cover, drop it down in the comments below. And besties, I was going to cover a wife swap episode, a very specific one that I remember seeing and being like, this shit is crazy. But apparently wife swap is very hard to get in Canada. So if you know of any way that I can watch the OG wife swap, like before Paramount brought it back for the revamp, please let me know, okay? Because usually I can find everything and I can't find this. If you peep the rings, I have on some different rings than I had last time, and the bracelet for the merch, okay? Peep it, peep it, peep it. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure to put a crown with a red flag to symbolize Miss Gabby as the queen of the red flags, the queen of the catfishes, and confuse everybody who doesn't watch to the end, because why would you not watch to the end? Anyways, besties, thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.